Hey there gamers, how are you doing? This is one another video. Basically, this is my first video on the virtual C system requirements. It's been a lot of time since the game is launched and the game is literally plagued with many performance issues, stuttering issues, DX12 issues, CPU bottleneck issues, and everybody knows that this game, the DX12 version of this game, is pretty much CPU bound. Well, this is very different kind of CPU bottlenecking happening in this game. The CPU is very much needed in this game. Specifically, the one core single core performance is the most needed thing in the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt DX12 edition. Yes, if your CPU is 12 core, 16 core, or even 32 core, make sure that the single core performance of your CPU should be good enough to please the system requirements of the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The developers have not acknowledged, the developers have not mentioned anywhere that the single core performance of your CPU should be good enough to actually run the game at the optimum settings. Here is what they are actually recommending to you guys. So they are recommending high preset for a CPU which is i5 7400 or equivalent, or Ryzen 5 1600. They are recommending a GTX 970 GPU for the high settings preset at 1080p. So if you have such similar specifications, go on, try the performance out. In fact, the performance is so much worse in this game that even the RTX 4090 users are struggling with their GPU, basically with their PC, because the CPU single core performance is the main limitation in this game. So what are your opinions on this? In fact, I have never played this game, The Witcher 3. I once played it in my friend's laptop, which had similar specs as of mine. Yeah, it had a GTX 1650 with a Ryzen 5 4600H processor, and the performance was terrible. Even in the first mission, I was encountering lags and stutters, so I immediately shut off his PC and went back to work. So this is how the performance is, and specifically, this game is actually very much CPU demanding. But as the patches come out, we can only hope that the performance will improve, because we have seen that the Witcher team is working on a series of hot fixes which they will gonna be releasing. In fact, they have released one hot fix just today only. So now let me know your opinion, gamers. How do you actually feel? What do you actually feel of this game? I am certainly disappointed what CD Projekt did basically to Cyberpunk 2077 in 2020 and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which was already an excellent game. It was a masterpiece, but they kind of just plagued the performance of it by just implementing the DX12, the poor shader compilation technology. And secondly, they did this, the new DX12, the single core reliance. This thing should end, guys. The gamers who have very powerful CPUs, the gamers who actually own very powerful hardware, very high-end CPUs, are the ones who are actually suffering, and that's quite ironic and contradictory. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. I'll see you in my next one. Peace out.